You ever stumble across a story that is just so incredibly massive, so ancient, that it honestly feels less like a book and more like some forgotten legend etched right into the fabric of the universe? Well, in today's Explainer, we are stepping into a world of impossible choices, cosmic scale, and terrifying divine power. We're breaking down the epic fantasy masterpiece, Wrath of God. And look, this isn't just your standard tale of kingdoms clashing. This is a story about the devastating price of absolute justice and a love that literally transcends the boundaries of death itself.
So our story kicks off with a vow, a silent, incredibly defiant promise made by Princess Lysara. Now she's the beloved daughter of this powerful mortal ruler, King Eldon, and she makes this promise to herself when she's just a kid. She says, "If I ever marry, it will be to God himself." Her dad completely dismisses it as a child's dream, fully expecting her to just marry some wealthy prince down the line. But Lysara's faith? Unwavering. She turns down every single mortal king, and this sets the stage for a massive contest. Whoever can lift an ancient divine bow named Helios will win her hand. Kings fail. Princes falter. The bow just remains totally immovable.
That is, until a lone, strangely calm stranger walks right into the arena. His name is Arayon. He starts talking about a realm hidden deep within the treacherous Black Spire Mountains, a place he calls Necrovia. The royal court literally laughs at him, but then Arayon walks up to this divine bow, and without even breaking a sweat, he lifts it. The impossible is done. When King Eldon demands to actually see this so-called kingdom, Arayon guides them through a hidden cave into this breathtaking realm of silver skies and dark crystal. Necrovia as a kingdom of spirits, of souls. It's the impossible kingdom, ruled by a man who possesses a serenity that is just not of this world. Against all odds, Lysara has found her god king.
Which brings us to Section 1, A Kingdom Cursed in Blood.
So this is where our mythic tale takes a really dark, irreversible turn. After a long period of peace ruling Necrovia together, Lysara is invited back to her father's grand royal festival. But King Eldon's pride? It hasn't softened at all. Actually, scratch that, it's festered. When Lysara arrives, her father doesn't greet her with open arms. He publicly mocks her and completely insults Arayon, calling him a fraud to his face. He mocks the very divine peace she has finally found. Heartbroken and just trembling with this righteous fury, Lysara raises her hands in the dead silent royal court, and she unleashes a curse that literally shatters the world. You will face the wrath of God born from the dead. It's a demand for absolute justice, and the terrifying thing is, it's a demand that the universe obeys.
When Lysara gets back to Necrovia and tells Arayon exactly what went down, she demands he show her family the true wrath of God, and so the wrath awakens. Manifested from Orion's pure divine will, two terrifying avatars are born, Azirion and Enra. I mean, these aren't your typical warriors. They are 10 armed avatars of pure, unstoppable justice, armed with literal cosmic power. They don't march to fight, they march to annihilate.
Let's move into Section 2, Weapons of the Divine.
To really wrap your head around the staggering scale of this conflict, just look at this armory. This completely elevates the war from a simple kingdom dispute to a cosmos-ending event. Azirion wields Void Rend, a sword that doesn't just cut through armor, it cuts through space and time itself. He's got Aegiar on, a shield only a god could even dent. He uses Starfall, firing infinite arrows of pure light. And most terrifying of all, Worldbreaker, an entity capable of destroying an entire cosmos. With just a single strike from the void, King Eldon's entire kingdom is reduced to ash. But here is the absolutely crucial point. The tragic, totally unintended consequence of Lysara's curse. See, when you demand absolute, unstoppable justice, you can't exactly control its path. Azirion slaughters everyone, not just the arrogant King Eldon, but Lysara's mother, her brothers, her sisters, her entire family. The sheer realization of what her words have unleashed completely shatters Lysara's mind. She collapses, dying of a literally broken heart, leaving Aurelian to watch in just endless sorrow. The lesson here is devastating. Divine wrath follows the letter of the law, not the mercy of the heart.
Let's look at Section 3, Rebirth of the Ancients.
But a love this profound? It doesn't just end. It transcends death entirely. Across the ages, dragging us into this grand, epic cycle of reincarnation, the souls of our lovers are reborn to find each other all over again. Lysara's unwavering faith allows her to be reborn in the divine elven realm as Princess Ilaria. Meanwhile, the God King returns as the human Prince Aryaveer, a warrior of just unparalleled mastery. When Avier shows up at Illyria's royal contest, he doesn't just lift the divine bow of death like before, he effortlessly shatters it into two pieces, accidentally drawing the wrath of these divine guardians. But this act reveals his true dormant nature, and the second his eyes meet Illyrius, their souls instantly recognize the love they lost lifetimes ago.
8. But cosmic law is cruel. Just as Avier is perfectly positioned to become emperor, a treacherous stepmother strikes. Bound by an ancient, totally unbreakable magical boon, she demands that Avier be stripped of his entire empire and exiled to the deep forest for 8 long years. Bound by honor and his cosmic destiny, Avier accepts it. Elia, absolutely refusing to leave his side, joins him, along with his fiercely loyal brother, Verond.
So picture this. While Ivor and Ilaria are living this humble, isolated life in a tiny forest shelter made of bamboo and stone, across the world looms the unfathomable threat of Raktigr, the demon empire, ruled by the terrifying emperor Rudraksh. Using dark magic, crazy illusions, and deceit, Rudraksh orchestrates this elaborate plot that lures Ivor away, which results in the tragic abduction of Ilaria. And just like that, the spark for the greatest war in history is lit.
Which brings us to the climax in Section 4, the final Great War.
Guys, this isn't just a battle of armies. It is a full-blown clash of mythologies. Avier and Varian forge alliances of mythical realms, crossing vast oceans just to breach the impenetrable blood crystal fortress of the Demon Empire. On the Divine Alliance side, Prince Avier and his brother join forces with the Monkey King Samat Nalkat and these absolute powerhouse warriors like Vikram the Bear and Hirat. Opposing them? The Demon Empire. Emperor Rudraksh, his brother Mahabal, who literally grows to the size of a mountain during combat, no joke, and Virochan, who wields arrows dipped in divine poison. The battles are so colossal that the shockwaves are literally tearing the clouds apart and shattering the earth below them.
Now, these demon lords possess incredible boons of immortality, so ordinary weapons, even divine ones, they just can't keep them down. To permanently end these threats, Ivor has to summon magic of just awe-inspiring magnitude. He calls upon Existential, a supreme divine weapon. This thing doesn't cause explosions or screams. When it touches a target, even the mountain-sized Mahabal, it simply, silently erases them from all existence, like they were never even born. It is a terrifying, absolute kind of power.
So Avier finally defeats Rudraksh, and it really seems like the war is won. But suddenly, the sky instantly darkens, the ground violently shakes, and descending from the moon itself is a creature of just unfathomable horror. Sahasranan, a demon with 1,000 heads. This entity cannot be killed by any weapon, any spell, or any mortal power whatsoever. The Divine Alliance is completely outmatched, pushed to the absolute hopeless brink of total annihilation.
As this 1,000-headed demon prepares to wipe out literally everything Avier loves, a blinding golden light envelops the prince. The human shell just falls away. The supreme divine power is finally fully revealed. Avier transforms into his ultimate manifestation, a colossal, awe-inspiring divine serpent with 5 massive heads, 4 legs, and wings that command the storms themselves. It is the original God King, fully awakened, engaging in a battle that shakes the very foundations of the cosmos.
But how does this apocalyptic clash actually end? Does the cycle of vengeance and wrath consume the world entirely, or does justice finally bring peace? And what happens to Illyria? Well, there is no way I'm spoiling the final brilliant twist of this masterpiece for you. If you want to experience the full cinematic intensity of this ancient legend, you have to read it for yourself. Go grab a copy of Wrath of God right now. It is an epic fantasy experience you will absolutely not forget. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep your curiosity alive.